This is the Booktube Newbie Tag again. That's right. It may be that I look somewhat familiar because I have done this tag before on another channel. That's right. I have had a Booktube channel before this. You might recognize me from, but that channel um, had some issues on it algorithmically. So started this new channel, and we finna do this Booktube tag again, this booktube newbie tag again, get things started off right, come out the gate strong on this channel with this tag. So without further ado, let's get into the booktube newbie tag V2, I suppose. Question number one: why did you start this channel? Because my old booktube channel just wasn't cutting it. It wasn't getting the job done. The algorithm hated that channel. um, had some issues on that. So, you know, uh, I'm here we are, right? Here we are, brand new channel. Um, but I'm not a brand new booktuber. I've been doing this for years. Yeah, so I had to start this channel out of the ashes of an old channel, I suppose. Question number two: what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Two things: attitude and delivery. Um, if you if you have seen any of my videos in the past, you may know that I ain't got much in the way of filter. I also it can be pretty irreverent. That's right. Sacred cows will be tipped on this channel. We Nothing is beyond the reach of criticism here. Uh, Also, I kind of, can be a contrarian sometimes, a lot of the time, and I think that makes for some good hot takes, some takes that you may not get from other booktubers. So I think that's something that I can bring to the table. And Also, the nature of the books discussed on this channel, because I read some pretty obscure books. There ain't gonna be any Fourth Wing and Claire Keegan on this channel. Hell no. This channel. I mean, I do read broadly. I read quite. I mean, all across the spectrum. But I also have a tendency, a penchant, if you will, to read books that most other people probably have not heard of, and I think that's something unique and valuable that I can bring to the world of BookTube, is introducing people perhaps to books that they may not otherwise ever be introduced to. So, question number three: what are you most excited for about this new channel? Reading books, getting to talk about books. Again, same thing as the old channel. Um, just booktubing, reading, talking about reading, discussing literature and all things narrative. I like to engage with people of like minds, and this is the ideal place to do it. So, just excited about. I'm just as excited about that this time around as I was the first time around. So, question number four: why do you love reading? Um, that's a good question, because reading, I think, or storytelling more broadly, is the universal art. Not everybody can sing, not everybody can paint or sculpt, but everybody can tell a story because everybody is a story. Stories are quite literally the fabric of life. Um, they are fundamentally human. I mean, a person's life is a narrative, and so I love reading very, very passionately because it is the way that we connect as individuals with broader humanity. And so, yeah, that's why I love reading. It is again, I think, the universal art. So, yeah. Question number five: what book or series got you into reading? That would be The Mist Mantle Chronicles by M.I. McAllister. If you have never heard of these books, these are a series of children's books in the vein of Redwall and kind of like Watership Down, in the sense that uh, they're children's books, but they're very mature children's books. And I mean mature in the best sense of the word, that they elevate the minds of the young readers who uh, partake of them, because this is kind of like Game of Thrones with anthropomorphic animals. Well, the raunchier stuff inherent in Game of Thrones. But anyway, uh, these books kick ass. This book in particular, right here, the first book in the series, is one of my most cherished possessions. I will straight cut a hoe over this book. If anybody ever tried to lay hands on it, it means that much to me. I've had this book for years and years and years. This is the book that truly got me into reading. It is such a fantastic book, such a fantastic series. If you have children out there and you want to get them into reading, I would highly recommend picking up the Miss Mantle Chronicles by M.I. McAllister. They're some of the finest children's literature out there, I think, and yeah, it's what got me into reading was the Miss Mantle Chronicles. So, question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Do you script? Is it better to go off the cuff? Because all I do is off the cuff here, just winging it, just me sitting down. After an hour or so of pacing and rehearsing, just sitting down and getting it done, just rattling off my takes and opinions on books. But is it better to script? How do you edit? What software do you use, that kind of thing, because I could for damn sure probably stand an upgrade in the software department. Question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? That would be the software, coming right off the last question. This computer is, or this laptop is an HP. Don't ever buy an HP. They are pure shit. They are the lowest of the low when it comes to quality with personal computers. They suck. This thing could overheat in an igloo. That fan runs damn near nonstop. So if you hear any ambient background noise in any of my videos, that's probably what it is. That fan just whirring away. The camera quality, the film resolution is kind of shoddy, but I didn't realize just how bad HPs were when I bought this back when I was in college, and I would upgrade, but then I'd have to buy Microsoft Suite all over again, or split my time between using two different computers. One day, perhaps one day. Um, but we're going to see how far we can go on this jalopy of a computer right here. But I think that's probably the biggest thing to overcome because, yeah, HP, just pass them on by. It is not worth it. They are crap computers, but that's what I'm stuck with at present. So, question number 8. When did you start reading? 9 years old. Went to a brand new school, and they required reading out there. They actually had um, digital like tests that you had to take over books that you read from the library. And like that means somewhere out there were people whose job was to read a crap ton of children's books and then make 10 or 20 question quizzes out of put out there for we children to take. And I'm still, all these years later, I'm still kind of impressed by that. And I kind of have to marvel at the fact that there is a database, or was at least a database of quizzes based on hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of children's books out there. But that's where I got started reading, age 9. But like I say, things really kicked off with the Miss Mantle Chronicles. This was not business reading. This was pleasure right here. But that's where it all started. 9 years of age and haven't looked back. Question number 9. Where do you read? In my bed, at the table. You know, just in any which way you can, I guess. I kind of feel like like a Dr. Seuss character. I read in the bed. I read at the table. I read where I can, when I can. If I'm not working, I'm reading, right? So just at home, I suppose, more broadly. So yeah. And question number 10. What kind of books do you like to read? All kinds. I am a connoisseur of many different types of literature, from highbrow um, like extreme literary books such as Gravity's Rainbow to mainstream thriller novels by like Dean Koontz and Stephen King and stuff. Everything in between. I like all kinds of literature except like romance and certain kind of subgenres that haven't really tickled my fancy in the past. But yeah, as I say, I'll try anything once, right? So yeah, I think that I have a pretty broad repertoire that I can bring to the table here on BookTube, which I already have in the past brought to the table here on BookTube. But like I say, we're doing it all over again. So yeah, that has been the 10 questions for the BookTube Newbie Tag. Again, this is my second time doing it, but maybe second time's the charm, right? So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed or been intrigued or hooked by anything you've seen, remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We're going straight to the top with this channel, I hope. So yeah, hit that like and sub button. And until next time, peace.